Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Good.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And it's second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this done.
Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll try to pick it up himself. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brings up third.
This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
Makes the score Bills 7, Jets nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, here we go. All right.
Here's Fields. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And the Jets, first down.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Jets at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 319. Angel.
Now Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first catch there for the NFL's leading receiver in Week 1 in terms of yardage. Also a first down. Now Fields going to run. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yep. Hey, Ken.
A shotgun snap, Fields. His throw incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. You look at this defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Let's go.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
319. EQ. Right.
Here's Fields. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, here we go, tonight. 331.
To the air again, Fields. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now it's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
319. Hey, never mind. Monday.
Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
West right fit. Go.
Fields throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
319,
Now Fields on third and goal. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Bates' kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Allen. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Allen going to run with it. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? Now the game's being played, figure it out both ways, and try and find a way to win.
And all the way down to the 26. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's good for a Jets. 1st down.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
To throw is Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Delivering the comebacker. Wilson's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Here we go, Scott.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
No much, no much.
And goal to go.
Easy. Hey, Ken. Tonight.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Now he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Justin Fields with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Bills 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now 2nd and 9. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now he's free at the 35. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. Fields now to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bills 7.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Allen going to run with it. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
A toss to Cook. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Keon Coleman, 49 yards. And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Allen going to run with it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Hey, Ken. Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. There he goes again. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's really something special when we see a quarterback top 100 yards in one half of football. And if he keeps up this pace in the second half, the NFL record for single-game rushing by a QB is certainly in sight.
Now Fields going to run. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Adonai Mitchell from 10 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Middle. 319.
To throw, it's Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
4 yards. That's another Bills. First down. First down and 10 yards to go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Alert! 56. Look out.
Here's Allen to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
319! What's that?
They run it again with Cook. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
3rd and 5. Now Cook running right. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Allen in the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have... First down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And the Jets, first down.
Throwing again is Fields. Open man is the tight end, Mason Taylor. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 2nd down and 3.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here's 2nd and 7.
No mas, no mas.
Brings up 2nd
Easy. Up.
at the 7-yard line.
Extend. 11.
Here's Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
That's caught at the 3. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Cook again. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
It's a gain of 32 yards.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now Fields going to run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
At the 31-yard line.
Now it's Fields. Open man down the field. This is Mitchell. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 50 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20.
Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Fields. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
17 yards. That's good for the Jets. 1st down.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Headed for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think too.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Jets are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills, touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen will try to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Jets 31, Bills 22.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap, Fields. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Go.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
5:51.
And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here we go. Green knife.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Justin Fields, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Jets have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
Fields trying to throw for it. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said,
and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try to run it here. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7.
Bills 30.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Here we go. 3-19. Can I see that? Right.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 4th and 10.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this.